Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash.
Oh boy, here we are once more. Angel Reese posted a daring, eye-catching outfit on social media. And guess what? The backlash was so harsh that she deactivated her Instagram on New Year's Day. Now that she's back, people are wondering if she can handle the heat. Angel Reese just made a move that has the entire internet talking, and not in a good way. You may know her, you love her, or you may not.
She's a beautiful young lady, and there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. It's not going to work with people, whether it's right or wrong, and you're drawing attention to yourself because of that. That can be problematic for you.
Supporters of both sides, others quickly defended Reese, saying that personality and self-expression shouldn't be viewed negatively. If you don't know who Caitlin Clark is, let me tell you, she's an absolute beast on the court. She's not just playing basketball, she's rewriting the history books, earning MVP honors, and showing up on the biggest stages with unmatched confidence, whether it's making three-pointers from way on the arc or leading her team to victory. Some people applauded Smith's remarks, agreeing that Clark's focus on basketball is what makes her stand out. In the meantime, Clark is doing things that have pundits and fans referring to her as the next great thing in women's basketball. Although her basketball skills are indisputable, Angel Reese has also been making news, albeit not always for her on-court performances. The discussion around her frequently veers toward her internet persona and media persona. This disparity has elevated both athletes to prominence, albeit for quite different causes. According to Stephen A. Smith, Clark's brand-building strategy differs greatly from Reese's in that she avoids controversy and instead pursues professionalism while moving forward undisturbed, which is why her reputation has stayed impeccable. That comparison must have hurt, because Caitlin Clark is out there creating a legacy, while Angel Reese is out there embroiled in controversy. According to some supporters, Clark is just naturally different, more reserved, and more focused on her game. On the other hand, some contend that Angel Reese is simply being herself, and that shouldn't be an issue. Many fans adore Reese's confidence and attitude, which she brings to the game. She stands out in ways that Clark doesn't because of her unapologetic attitude and capacity to accept both the highs and lows of fame. But is it really a negative thing? In any case, the internet isn't going to let this discussion end anytime soon. The analogies keep coming up whenever Reese is in the news for non-basketball related reasons, and they're not just about them. They're about how women in sports are viewed differently depending on their personalities and decisions. At the end of the day, both sportsmen are having an influence in their own unique ways. Is there room in the game for players who bring more than simply skill to the court? Why is one style of carrying oneself celebrated while the other is criticized? The real question is whether an athlete's personality off the court matters as much as their performance on it. Let's just say that this debate isn't going to end anytime soon. Clark is setting the bar for excellence through sheer performance, while Reese is demonstrating that personality and confidence have a place in sports. You must be enjoying the video if you've watched it thus far, so why don't you take a moment to click the follow button? It's completely free, very easy to use, and helps us continue to provide you with more amazing content, especially if you're a WNBA fan. Whether it's player spotlights, game highlights, or behind-the-scenes footage, we've got you covered. Additionally, by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. Let's get back to the real world and say that social media can be both a boon and a bane. It allows athletes to interact directly with fans, build their own brands, and influence their public image, but it also carries significant hazards. One Instagram story, one tweet, and one post taken incorrectly, and all of a sudden the topic of discussion shifts from your abilities to your online choices. Caitlin Clark is adopting a very different tack. She's keeping her head down, letting her game speak for itself, and avoiding any online drama that could distract from her career. In the end, it all comes down to how you use these platforms. Angel Reese is learning this the hard way. After just one social media post, she's suddenly not just an athlete, but a debate topic, with both fans and critics questioning whether her choices are helping or hurting her image. Social media may assist you in creating an unstoppable brand that draws endorsements, admirers, and possibilities if you are strategic, thoughtful, and cautious. However, if you are careless, impetuous, or unprepared for the backlash, you may find yourself embroiled in a controversy you never anticipated. At this point, Reese must decide whether to stay involved in these public discussions and respond to the criticism or change her. Every choice she makes going forward will affect her reputation, not only with fans but also with sponsors, coaches, and teams thinking about investing in her future. Whether she plays it safe or keeps pushing the boundaries online, everyone is watching and every move counts. Now, it's your turn to share your thoughts on the matter. Give your full attention to basketball and show that her skills, not the drama on social media, define her. Do you think public figures should be scrutinized when they post details of their personal lives online? Or do you think Angel Reese is unfairly being criticized? Should athletes be held as accountable for their social media presence as they are for their on-court performance? More importantly, where do we draw the line between professional responsibility and personal expression? This debate extends beyond Angel Reese and touches on broader issues such as how female athletes are portrayed in the media, whether female athletes face harsher criticism than their male counterparts for their personal choices, and the extent to which social media should truly influence an athlete's legacy. And that concludes this crazy argument, people. Angel Reese is at the center of yet another contentious debate, but this time I want to hear from you. Do you think the criticism of her is justified, or is she being unfairly singled out? Should athletes be free to express themselves as they please, or does fame come with obligations? I'm reading everything, so please share your ideas in the comments. If you've read this far, you already know you're enjoying the material, so why not make it official by hitting the like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss another. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay locked in and keep discussing. I'll see you in the next one. Let's take a deep dive into the biggest moments in sports. We've got all the hot takes, debates, and expert breakdowns heading your way. Along with Stephen A. Smith, the big question is whether Angel Reese is being unfairly criticized or if she brought this on herself. Let's get into this contentious debate and examine Stephen A.'s points. Oh, he did not hold back. He called out Reese's actions and even compared her to Caitlin Clark, who is out here breaking records and keeping it strictly business. Hold on tight, this is going to get real. But before we get started, please take a moment to like this video. Join our team and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the most recent WNBA news, expert analysis, and big move breakdowns. Just like this, don't miss anything. We've covered every possible angle. Click like and subscribe, then let's get started. First things first, let's take a moment to go back in time and see exactly what happened. Because of her domination on the court and her vocal, self-assured demeanor, Angel Reese has always been a divisive figure in basketball. However, this time, her online presence took center stage in a way that nobody anticipated. Reese posted a picture of herself wearing a provocative outfit that left little room for interpretation. Athletes sharing fashionable, daring looks on social media is nothing new. Many people do it, but what made this case unique was how she responded to the comments. The internet erupted, and some people applauded her confidence and boldness, while others were less forgiving. The backlash came in waves, with some criticizing the outfit and others questioning the fact that Reese had previously spoken out against being objectified by the media. This sparked a heated debate, and social media wasted no time in weighing in. She deleted her Instagram account for a famous athlete, which is a pretty big deal because it made it clear that she didn't want to participate in the backlash. However, as we all know, the internet doesn't just let things go, so when Reese returned to Instagram, the controversy resurfaced. Some people stood firmly in her corner, arguing that women should be allowed to wear whatever they want without fear of criticism, while others insisted that public figures, especially athletes, should be aware of how their actions affect their brains. In public image, the dress was no longer the only topic. It evolved into a much larger discussion about the double standards in sports, the scrutiny female athletes endure, and the ongoing conflict between personal freedom and public opinion. It brought attention to the difficulty that many female athletes face in striking a balance between their individuality and navigating. If you know Stephen A. Smith, you know that he doesn't hold back and that he loves sports debates and controversial opinions. When he sees something that doesn't sit right with him, he will speak up loudly. So, Was this just another instance of a well-known athlete becoming embroiled in controversy? Or is there a deeper issue here that needs to be addressed? That's the question that had everyone talking. When Angel Reese found herself at the center of yet another social media storm, you can be sure that he has a lot to say. You were aware that Stephen would voice some strong opinions. Smith didn't waste any time getting right to the point. His message was clear. Reese, as a professional athlete, should be careful about how she presents herself to the public. He stressed that fame comes with responsibility and that you have to be prepared for the reaction that follows if you choose to share something controversial or provocative. Trust me, the response was overwhelming. You can't post something like that and then get upset when people react to it, Smith said, and let's face it, he's got a point. Every action you take, every post you make, every clothing you wear, everything gets examined, studied, and discussed. This is the reality of being a public person, particularly in today's hyper-connected society. Sports fans and social media don't forget. So stop assuming Smith was totally snooping on Reese. To be clear, he wasn't criticizing her. Rather, he was drawing attention to the situation's reality and making the point that if Reese wishes to be recognized for her performance on the court, then her off. He also highlighted another important point. Court rulings, particularly on social media, must be consistent with that image. Otherwise, she faces the risk of allowing distractions to overshadow her talent. Accountability athletes, particularly those in the WNBA, are always trying to establish their brand, and their personal conduct counts. While having confidence and personality is admirable, there is a thin line between expressing yourself and causing needless controversy that could hurt your career. Smith added the ultimate analogy just when you thought he was finished. Sponsors, teams, and the media are constantly watching. Caitlin Clark. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, let's discuss parallels. That's when things really started to heat up. And that's when everything became really spicy. Let's just say that after Stephen A. Smith likened Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark, social media was ablaze with intense conversations and viewpoints.